Amazon Prime now. Amazon Prime now. Later? No. Amazon Prime when? Amazon Prime now. Hello and welcome to another NihongoGamer video. Amazon Prime Now has brought me my first Amazon Prime Now parcel. I just don't believe that I ordered this morning and I got it at lunchtime. This is totally nuts. In the UK, I am able to receive parcels 2 hours after I order them at no extra cost. I would say free, but of course you do pay. Well, maybe some people are praying for Amazon Prime. You pay for Prime membership. So of course it's not really free, but at no extra cost to members, you can get something delivered 2 hours after you order it. No more waiting. Within 2 hours, they will bring it to your house. Brings up a bit of an ethical question for me. For stuff that I don't even really need right now, am I kind of wasting resources? Am I kind of getting people to like speed off in their cars and waste petrol so that they can bring me stuff that I don't even really need now? Do I feel bad for getting something delivered to my house? No. That's a different question altogether. I'm here to show you that what I got ordered is something that I don't need right now at all. It's an Amazon Kindle Paperwhite, except that the white, it's actually written in blue, so that's kind of bugging me. Amazon Kindle Paperwhite. This is the newest edition of the Paperwhite. The original one, obviously, it was great because it has a much more paper-like color to the screen, and it was a sort of better quality product all around over its predecessor. However, this product is particularly special, I think, because it has a 300 ppi screen. And the question for me is that sharp enough for manga? I've always loved the idea because manga can be kind of thick and you don't really want to bring around a lot of it with you. And I don't really like reading it on my iPad either because the screen is quite bright. I love the experience of having something that's kind of easier on the eyes. You just use natural light bouncing off the screen. When they announced the Kindle Voyage, they said that it was 300 ppi, and that's referring to obviously the number of dots per inch, or the number of pixels per inch in the screen. And I've had a Kindle before, and they are actually, well, you know, one of the original Kindles. They're a little bit lower resolution. This one is as sharp, I think, as you can expect visuals from maybe, you know, from an iPhone 4 screen or from an iPad Air 2 screen. This is the same kind of resolution, you know, not resolution, but you know, pixel density. It's the same sort of pixel density as really high quality products. Obviously it's a Kindle, so it doesn't have any color images. This is all black and white, but it's mostly for books, and for me, I'm very interested to see if you can read comic books on it as well. There's something that I don't like about the Kindle store for comics. Unfortunately, even on an iPad with a Retina screen, the comics, the fonts are not that sharp, and I don't really think that's the problem with the technology. That's the problem with the publishers. They seem to scan actual comics in, and they don't really scan them in at a high enough resolution that the fonts are actually readable. Sometimes in Japanese, when you're reading Japanese comics, they have little guides along the side of the word and that will actually tell you how to pronounce the Japanese. I can't read it on some of the Kindle versions because the scanning resolution that they've chosen is just not high enough. Will that change? Who knows? Is there any kind of special thing that happens when you use a Kindle Paperwhite? Very keen to see. Obviously, if you have PDF documents as well, they will benefit from having the higher density, pixel density on the screen as well. I believe it has a backlight, but it doesn't do it automatically like the Kindle Voyage. Obviously, it's got, you know, the edge over the Voyage in that it's cheaper. The Kindle Voyage has a similar pixel density, but it's quite a bit more expensive. This is the Wi-Fi only version with no adverts. I decided I don't mind paying £10 to get rid of the adverts on the screensaver, but I don't think it's even really necessary. I want to unbox the product for you. I want to look at some manga. I want to review basically whether I think the resolution is you know, suitable for comics. I'm fairly certain it will be good enough for reading books. We'll have a look at the backlight. Really just have a look at the product to see what it looks like. Let's unbox Kindle Paperwhite. Alright, time to look at the Kindle Paperwhite. I'm mostly interested in this because I plan to be reading some Japanese comics on this, and I would like to have the higher resolution. Of course, I do have plenty of books that I would also like to read, but I'm just very keen to know whether this higher resolution, this higher density screen is going to be as sharp as I would like. So it says Kindle Paperwhite here on the side, also says Kindle Paperwhite there on the front. It's an Amazon product, and then on this side it's just the same. It says Kindle Paperwhite. We can read some details here on the back. It's a 300 ppi display with built-in adjustable light. It's readable in sunlight. There is a massive selection, holds thousands of books, and it has a long-lasting battery. Let's see whether it actually performs. Now I'm just going to pull it out of this case here. This is just a sleeve that seems to come with it, and inside is the actual Amazon Kindle Paperwhite in its box. It's sealed here on there with this plastic, so I just need to peel this tape off. Just pull this tape here. It's certified frustration-free packaging, apparently. Just pull the plastic there, and let's rip this open forward, and let's pull it open like so. So this is the inside of the box, just nice blue on the inside of the packaging, nothing special about that. And this is the device. I'm just going to give it a slap. Here is the device in its plastic casing. Let's see what else comes inside the box. We also get some instructions, I think. Here we go. It's in English. Getting to know your Kindle. Getting started is easy, and that's about it. It basically says to plug it in. There is no power adapter in this box. A USB cable. So this is just a standard micro USB cable as far as I can tell. It doesn't look like a special proprietary cable or anything. I will probably be plugging it into my iPod charger just so I can charge it. So I'm going to put the box away. It's a very nice box, actually. I use these boxes for keeping things like SD cards. These can actually be really useful. Let's look at the product itself. So this is the Amazon Kindle. I have not taken it out of the plastic yet. It looks like there's a power button and the USB here on the bottom of the product. Let's get it out of the plastic. So just peel here on the plastic. Now I actually smashed my old Kindle because I was resting. I think I had it on a bookshelf and there were other books resting on it, and sadly it's not like a book where you could actually rest other books on the, side by side with it. If there's anything touching the screen, you do run the risk of actually damaging it. It says to power on, so I'm just going to press the power on here on the bottom. This is the power switch. Let's turn it on. And it looks like the screen has come to life. We've got the backlight now. Oh, I thought maybe that was an overlay. We'd have to peel that off. That was actually just the first page. That was a book page, basically. And we're loaded in. So now I'm just going to choose. Now you can have it in Japanese as well. So I could choose Japanese, but I'm just going to go with English United Kingdom for now. It is touchscreen, and I can press next. Alright, it looks like the Kindle is almost finished loading here. This is just taking about 20 or 30 seconds to start up. It says Kindle Paperwhite, high resolution 300 ppi display. It says adjustable built-in light, weeks of battery life, holds thousands of books. Get started. So let's get started. And let's see, it would like to connect to my Wi-Fi in order to use the Kindle and buy books, so I'm going to do that now. Alright, I've gone through the Wi-Fi setup and it's now showing me how to use the Kindle. It's saying that books can be tapped on to be selected, and it says here, easy reach tap zones let you read one-handed. I pressed it by accident, but I think the point is that you can tap anywhere in this area and it will go to the next page, and I can tap here to go to the previous page. Now I can tap up here to display a toolbar that's on the top part of the screen. I can use all of these fonts, and it looks like it has this special Bookerly font, which Amazon is very proud of. Press and hold on it, and then it will tell you the meaning of the book with the dictionary. Hold on a name, and you can see more options, and it will show me his name and details about him in case you forget who characters are. It looks like this X-ray feature will help you stay in tune with what's going on in the book. And what is this? Your Kindle Advanced Power Management allows you to leave the light on at all times while preserving long battery life. Now what I really want to do is turn the light off because I am filming with a camera and there's actually no real need for the light to be on. So I'm just going to close this and click on the light, and let's bring this light. Ooh, wow, look at this, it's very, very smooth. So this is at the maximum brightness. You can see just how bright that is. You're gonna have no problems reading in the dark. But also if you turn down the brightness, very natural screen, reflects light very, very naturally. The lights in my room right now are kind of incandescent, so obviously there is a bit of an orange tinge to it, but actually in real life it will not be quite as orange as it looks like on here. You don't have to have it all the way max. You could have it somewhere here in the middle, and that gives it that nice white look, and that really is, I think, owing to the light. on this device, the light really is what helps it look like it has that white background color. So I'm just gonna zoom in here, look how sharp that is. Basically, I can't really get any closer than this before we reach the minimum focusing distance on my camera, but you can see just how lovely the font looks on here. So there you go, that is the quality of, typed English words on the Kindle Paperwhite. But the question is, what is Manga going to look like on this tablet? Alright, so I've looked here on the store and I found Fairy Tail. This looks like a good manga to try and start by Hiro Mashima. So here's the download that's complete for the Fairy Tail manga. Let's just go ahead and click on that. Now we are opening a manga in English. This is not the Japanese version. What really interests me later will be to check the Japanese quality of the manga. You can actually double tap on a panel and it will open up a zoomed in image on that panel as well. So let's see. We've got Fairy Tail. This is the first page. What kind of quality have we got here? I mean, this is pretty good. Looks really good to me, actually. Here we go. That looks great, actually. But this is a color illustration on the front. What we really are interested to know is not just the picture image quality, but also the text. There's a title page here. This is quite sharp, this English text here. So this is the first page of this comic. I'm not going to go too much further than this because it's not really my comic and it is a sample. I don't really want to be showing it off too much on this video. But basically you can see that the quality is very, very high actually. Much higher than I was expecting for a manga that was scanned in for the purpose of reading it on Kindle. Now I will show you what it looks like when you zoom in. If you double tap on here, you can see that the text really is quite sharp. Now let's see it gets in focus. That's easily sharp enough. Now it does help that in the English versions of manga, they have been retyped. Obviously, all the fonts that were originally printed there in Japanese have been redone in English, and so that might be the reason why it looks so clear and sharp. So basically, I can't seem to zoom in on just this panel, which is kind of annoying, but you can see that the quality is very, very high. You don't need to worry about losing quality by going to the Kindle version, and obviously that 300 ppi screen is really doing its job here. It also helps, of course, that you can read this in the dark because of that backlight. I can just tap here at the top anytime, and I can drag that backlight up or down depending on how much extra, light that I need. Alright, so that's the English version of this manga. Let's see what it looks like on the Japanese store. So I'm going to log out of this device because you can only be logged into one account at a time, and let's see what it looks like in the Japanese store. Alright, so I've got Fairy Tail. This is the same comic that we found before, but it is on the Japanese store now. I'm going to click on sample download here in Japanese. Alright, it looks like it is now finished downloading. Very interesting that you can actually have the English book and a Japanese account book on the same device at the same time. I actually didn't realize that. I didn't realize you could log into one account, download some books, and then log into another account and download other books from a different account. So that's news to me, and that's very useful because I do like to have English books and Japanese books on the same device. Quality of the images looks the same. Obviously the table of contents, this is now in Japanese, and as you can see, that text is very sharp. Now this is only the table of contents screen, so obviously it's difficult to say how much sharper the main text will be. Alright, I think this is as close as I can get. Now I've zoomed in very, very close, and you can see that the detail is, it is better than I would have expected with an older model of Kindle. Now it's still a little bit fuzzy though, and if I'm quite honest, it's not as high as I think it could be, but I think that's more down to the fact that they scan these titles in, so they're not going to get incredibly sharp. Now that's only the title page. Let's actually go forward to the first chapter and we can start to see where it gets even smaller. Now obviously we're looking at the same type of picture quality on the images there, but now let's look at the actual text, and this is very, very small. It doesn't help that the Kindle has a smaller screen than typical manga. When you read this original manga, it's usually about A4 in size, so they've really shrunk it down for this pocket edition. And look at this. It really has not made a great deal of difference. Let's see if we can zoom in on the text here. I've zoomed as much as I can. It's difficult to say, but it says Kaigi Chu there. And I know that because I already know those characters, but if you didn't already know, I would say that is very difficult to read. That's kind of annoying. Alright, so a little bit of a disappointment on the Japanese side. I mean, I think, you know, you could read comics on this. I don't think I would recommend it. I think you're still better off buying the books, because the books just, I mean, okay, the image quality for the pictures is there really is no problem there, but I think it is actually easier to read that tiny text on an actual paper page still. The Kindle version really doesn't cut it yet, because it is just too small. This is the size of my hand, this is the size of the device. It's smaller than my hand, and I have fairly average, largish hands. So it's a small device, much smaller than an actual piece of manga. Here's an issue of Soul Eater that I just picked up from my shelf. This is the sort of manga size that you would expect to see, in Japan or in the UK or in America. That's quite big. Look, this is manga compared to the Kindle version. Do you want to read a comic on this? I would say probably not. I mean, it's going to be convenient because you can, but it is a little bit too small. I'd say you might still be better to read it on an iPad or something like that. Now, what you're looking at now is an actual Japanese novel, and what's different about Japanese novel is that it's actually programmed in with text. This is not just a scan of a page, and as a result, you should be able to zoom in much further and be able to see more. I don't know actually how to zoom in. I've done this gesture. And let's see, it's brought up that page. I'll just zoom it again. And if I just click on this and keep making the text larger and larger, you can really see the benefit of having, this really lovely screen, first of all, but also being able to zoom in and really see exactly what's being written. It says watashi. That makes it so much clearer to see what's going on. Now, as you can see, if you are interested in learning Japanese, this could be a very interesting tool to use, because obviously you have the dictionary. Now, if I hold down the button here and I actually select a specific Chinese character from Japanese, I should be able to open it up in the dictionary. I'm not used to it, obviously, so I might miss it, but there you go. If you select just this kanji, it comes up with hanashi. It says a talk, so you already know exactly what it means. This dictionary is, I think you can just download it. I've downloaded this one. It says Shogakukan Progressive Japanese English Dictionary. As long as you have that downloaded, the words will be able to, you can look them up and actually translate them into English. That's really, really useful if you are studying Japanese. A lot of books in Japan, they don't have these tiny little Japanese characters. So you can see here, there is, it's gone away. But you can see these tiny little Japanese characters usually tell you how to pronounce the word, and you cannot do that with a normal book. But of course, if you find a word like we just did there, or this word here, there is no actual furigana next to it to say how to pronounce it, but I look it up and it says sukoshi. I already know how to pronounce it, I know how to read it, I also know how, I know what it means because of the dictionary. I could look it up on Wikipedia if I feel like it. This is a very powerful tool. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do this on a tablet as well, so this is not like it's exclusive to the Kindle device. This is a Kindle app thing as well. But easier on the eyes, very natural surface to it. It looks like quite a matte surface. I would say that the matte surface on the back, it does pick up grease, unfortunately. I've only had it for about 25 seconds and it's already picking up a bit of grease on my fingers back here, so you might want to get yourself a cover for this. I probably won't, because I tend not to get covers for my Amazon devices, which is why they always break. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that video, the Amazon Kindle Paperwhite, just a little demonstration of what it does, and if you're using it for learning Japanese, the different features that you can expect. There's a Japanese keyboard, you can download Japanese dictionaries that can translate words instantly for you. Really convenient tool. Until the next time, don't forget to comment, subscribe, share the links and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. She's got magnets on her feet. First, new Nintendo 3DS game, Final Fantasy 15! Ah! Someone pick up the phone! How about you, Cloud? It's shopping time! So I let her go in front of me, and she ran into the shop and she took the only copy of this, and I thought, no! Here it comes. Ah! It's like the anime, but better. It doesn't say what this is. It's just a piece of plastic. I think maybe it is a Frisbee.